Greetings, and welcome to part 1 of the percussion series. We're going to be using essential elements for the bells. We're also going to be using Breeze Easy for the drum pad. For this first introduction, we're going to be using that Breeze Easy for a while. So I'm going to assume that you already have your bell kits, the whole kit and caboodle. It should have, bells with it, a pad, a stand, mallets, and drumsticks. It can be a rolly case or it can be a backpack case, doesn't really matter, but you want to have those things, and then copies of the 2 books. Okay, so we're going to start with this introduction, just about how to get started. So first thing I want you to do is, out of your case, find this. This is your stand, well, part of your stand, okay? So what we're going to do is there's a little wing nut here. So just loosen that wing nut. Again, clock locks, so if you turn it clockwise, then it's going to make it tighter. Counterclockwise is going to be, it's going to loosen it. Or you can think of it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Alright, so you're going to let those legs get down, then you're going to tighten that. Then there's another nut right up here. Again, same thing. You want to get it loose. Then you have this piece. It'll probably look something like this. It's going to go in that hole. Alrighty. And then we'll talk about sizing this in a second. After you get that piece on, at the very top, your drum pad looks like this. Okay, that little hole right there. Spin it on there. If you don't have a stand, and I would encourage you to get one, you can use a music stand, put it on the music stand. It might be a little high for you for an elementary student. Now, we want to have the pad, so it's about like where your belt would be, between your belt and your belly button. Okay, so that mine's pretty good already. I'm going to raise mine just a smidge like this. Okay, so this way, we use this nut right here to raise or lower it. You may find if you need to lower it that you might need to get these little arms. These little arms right here are what's going to hold the bells later. You might need to bring those out a little bit to get it lower to fit you. Alrighty, get mine all perfect here. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so this is your drum pad. You also need your drum sticks. Alright, and we're going to use what's called matched grip to get us started. So you're going to take your fingers, make like that little L, and you're going to grab the stick right about here. You want to have about a 2-inch tail on the end. And notice where I'm holding the stick. Okay, you can see there, it's between my thumb and then that middle knuckle on your finger. Okay, or even, right here. That's curved. Notice how it's kind of curved around there? But at the very top, you notice how there's that space, okay? So that means when I'm using the stick, it can be floppy, okay? If I stuck a nail between my thumb and my pointer finger, it would still work. It would hurt, but it would still work, okay? What we don't want is to be grabbing it like this, because then it can't really bounce. It just kind of flops on there, okay? So holding it not really loose, but loose, okay? In your thumb and your first finger here. The rest of your fingers wrap around, not death grip, but loosely. Okay, again, so that if you just move your finger, it moves up and down. You do that with both sticks. Alright, again, you need a tail. We're finding you need that balance point. Okay, so that your sticks will be able to come up and down. If you're too far and there's no tail, they're just going to stay on the drum. If you're too far up, you're going to whack your fingers on your drum. So, again, it's something you'll get in time, and your teacher will help you through that. Especially if you're my student, I'll help you in your lesson. Okay? So, thumb, you could kind of play like this, but just, your fingers go around. Then you want to make a V on your drum like this. Okay? Your arm should be fairly relaxed. I'm going to lower mine just a smidge here. I do like mine a little lower. Okay. Oh, that feels nice. Alright, I think you can see it a little better, too. Alright, so you rest your sticks on your drum pad. You've got that nice V. You don't want it like this. We also don't want to do, we call this T-Rex, where your arms are in there. Okay, nice and loosey-goosey in the middle of your drum. You don't need to be like this. Just like this. Okay, and now what we're going to do is just want you to take a minute and just bounce a stick on the drum. Notice when I bounce it, the stick bounces. If I'm holding the stick too tight, it goes like this. It it won't bounce. Okay, if I'm holding it too loose, it does that. Okay, so again, just a nice bounce, keeping those wrists up. Notice how my wrists are up. Some people say you can balance a chord around there, and I'm sure they're probably right, but I wouldn't want to balance a chord on mine right now. Okay? Notice I'm trying to make fairly small motions on the drum. I'm not going. No. Just little motions. When you start using the snare drum, and I decided to use a pad for these videos because you're going to be learning on a pad. I find it very helpful. Also, since we're in that period of time where we got that COVID-19 going on, I didn't bring a drum from school, and I can't get back into school. So, pad it is. But hopefully these videos will be helpful to my current students who are at home, and also to future students, because you can always review what we've done in our lessons, or move on ahead. Maybe you're not even my student, you're just like, I want to learn, and this guy, he seems pretty funny. I'll put my clown outfit on. Seriously, I used to have a clown outfit. So just practicing bouncing is really good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple rhythms on my drum, and I'm going to encourage you while you're watching the video to play them back to me. Okay? Again, I can't hear it, but you can. Alrighty? Here we go. Good. So playing rhythmic exercises and doing those call and response things are great ways of not even worrying about reading music or anything, but just focusing on playing in the kind of center of your drum, even bringing it a little bit closer to you than the center, keeping that nice V of your arms, and those little motions, and again, we call this a fulcrum. Okay, again, you can see that little space right there so that the stick can go up and down. Again, my fingers are around here. Okay, that's going to be very helpful in your development as a drummer. Okay, so let's look at your Breeze Easy book. That's this book right here. It's a green book. This thing has been used for like decades, many decades. I learned out of this book when I first started doing drums too. A lot of districts use it. It's a great, great book. Okay, so we're going to go on page 7. I would encourage you to read the beginning pages. They go into a different grip. They use the traditional grip. But we use matched grip. It's a little easier, and if you decide, you know, if you end up doing like private drum lessons with someone later or drum set stuff, they might end up having you do both kind of grips. But for now, just keep it matched. Okay? Good. All right, page 7, in the very top box, it says lesson 1 has a quarter note and a quarter rest. So a quarter note is a beat of sound. A quarter rest is a beat of silence. 4/4 time is the other thing in that box, and what that means is that there's going to be 4 beats in every measure. What's a measure? A measure is a box of music. Look underneath it where it says rudiment practice. Notice that we have 5 lines and 4 spaces of the musical staff, and then that whole line, there's boxes. Okay, each of those boxes is a measure, and in each of those boxes there's going to be 4 beats of music, whether it's hits or whether it's rest, okay, sound or silence. It's going to be 4 of them in here. We also have something, that little thing that looks like a sideways sad phase. It's called a bass clef. You don't really need to know what that is right now. It shows you, indicates notes on a staff. But again, you're playing drums right now, so you're just having one line, okay? The bass clef would be used for instruments like tuba and baritone, trombone, those types of things. That 4/4 time signature in the rudiment practice, 4 beats in a measure. So let's try this. It says single stroke roll. That's exactly what it is. What a single stroke roll is we're just going to be playing in time, alternating our sticks. So let's try this rudiment practice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 for all the beats, and then you can play along. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Underneath rudiment practice, we have reading practice. Let's take a look at it. Again, you have that 4/4 time signature, so 4 beats in every measure, which means we're going to count to 4 over and over and over again. Notice in reading practice, this one is an alternating pattern between a quarter note and a quarter rest. So it's just going to be 1, rest, 3, rest. Okay? Notice that I'm replacing the number with the word rest. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, but I like to say rest on those numbers. Here we go. Let's try reading practice number 1. Ready, go. 1, rest, 3, rest. 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 Number 2, we've got a new pattern. This is going 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, and then it rests. Let's try number 2. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, rest. 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 Number 3, we start with the rest. This will be rest, 2, 3, 4. Let's try number 3. Ready, go. Rest, 2, 3, 4. 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 Number 4, the pattern is going rest, 2, rest, 4. Let's try number 4 together. Ready, go. Rest, 2, rest, 4. 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 Number 5 is not a pattern. Now you just have to read what the notes are. So let's try number 5 together. Ready, go. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, rest, rest, rest. 1, rest, 3, 4. 1, rest, 3, 4. 1, rest, 3, 4. 1, rest, rest, rest. Number 6, like number 5, not a pattern, just have to read it. If it's a quarter note, you hit. If it's a quarter rest, don't hit. Here you are, ready, go. 1, rest, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, rest. 4. 1, 2, rest. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, rest, rest, rest. All right, so this is lesson 1 for essential elements. Let's keep going. Let's do lesson 2. Or not essential, it's Breeze Easy, I'm sorry. All right, so lesson 2 in your Breeze Easy book on page 8. At the very top of the page, in the box that tells you the new things, you've got a whole rest, which is 4 beats of sound, and a half rest, which is whole rest is 4 beats of silence, and then a half rest is 2 beats of silence, okay? And then you have 2/4 time, so the top number tells you how many beats are in every measure or box of music. So 4/4 meant there were 4 beats. 2/4 means there's 2 beats, okay? Also it has beginning studies of the long roll, okay? So let's look at that rudiment practice at the top of lesson 2 here. It's basically the exact same thing we did for lesson 1, right? Remember the LR is, L is your left, R is your right. So let's do this one. Ready, go. Left, right, 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 left, eventually you want to speed that up. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. But work on just getting it nice and steady first with a good control of your sticks. Underneath that rudiment practice for single stroke roll, we have it for the long roll. So the long roll, notice that the sticking is different. This is left, left, right, right. Okay, so let's try that. Ready, go. Left, left, right, right, 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 left, left, right, right. Underneath it talks about it being the granddaddy of all rudiments, and it's true, because this is the basis for your drum rolls. We'll talk more about how to get those later as we get more control of our sticks. But for now, focus on just that sticking. Left, left, right, right. And as it gets more into control, speed it up. Let's look at the reading practice. So number 1, we start off with 4 quarter notes. Then in the second measure or box of music, we have a whole rest. We know it's a whole rest because it looks like a hole underneath the 4th line. Okay? It's also a whole rest because it takes up the whole measure. Okay, that's 4 beats of silence. So let's try number 1. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole rest, 4 beats. 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 Number 2. We've got 2 quarter notes, and then we've got a half rest. A half rest looks like a little hat on the middle line, on the 3rd line, so half hat, we'll start with H-A. Plus, when you see that half rest, there's going to be something else in the measure. Okay, so let's try this number 2. Ready, go. 1, 2, half rest. 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 I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's beats 3 and 4, which the half note's on, or the half rest is on. But I kind of like to just say half rest. Keeps me really centered in what I'm doing. Number 3, we're going to be using all 3 different kinds of rests. The quarter rest, which is 1 beat. The half rest, which is 2 beats. And the whole rest, which is 4 beats. Here we go, number 3. Ready, go. 1, rest, half rest. 1, 2, half rest. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole rest, 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, half rest. 1, rest, half rest. Number 4 is in 2/4 time. Notice you have the 2/4 there. That means there's going to be 2 beats in every measure. Beats isn't really going to change. The speed isn't really going to change. It just means the number of things in each box or measure is going to change. So here's number 4. We're going to count 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Ready, go. 1, 2, 1, rest. 1, 2, 1, rest. 1, rest. 1, rest. 1, 2, 1, rest. Number 5, also 2/4 time, so 2 beats in the measure, starts with a rest. Ready, go, rest, 2, rest, 2, rest, 2, 1, 2, rest, 2, rest, 2, rest, 2, 1, 2. Number 6, we're back to 4/4 time, so 4 beats in the measure. Ready, go, 1, rest, 3, rest, 1, rest, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, half, rest, 1, rest, 3, rest, 1, 2, rest, 4, 1, rest, rest, 4, 1, 2, half, rest. All right, so this completes the introduction for drums and band karate. We're kind of in the midst of the white belt for band karate. We'll talk more about that in the next video. So keep working on that great hand position. Remember that little tail. Remember keeping your hands, all right, nice like this. No T-Rexing, okay? Keeping your sticks in that nice triangle on here. Little motions, no big things, little motions. All right? Awesome. We'll see you for the next one.